Good evening and welcome to another Vegetarian in Japan. Tonight I had a craving for pizza. So pizza it is. I know that's not very exciting as far as vegetarian food, but in Japan it is quite exciting because to order pizza at a takeout place, and regardless of where you go, a pizza that feeds, well, it depends on your appetite, but let's just say one person, so we call that a medium. It could be about 2,000 yen, so that's about 20 US dollars. That's crazy for one person. Now if you go to a restaurant, you can get the same pizza for about 1,000, depends on what you get on it. And there's some very creative toppings here. That's the other thing. If you're used to the traditional American style pizza, yeah, it does exist here, but it's just not quite the same. They throw a lot of seafood on it here, potato, just random stuff, mayonnaise. You know, they're big on mayo here, so you're gonna find that. But tonight, I have just a plain cheese and tomato pizza, and I actually at first picked up the plain crust and some sauce. I was going to make it myself, but then I saw this one and it was cheaper actually. It's about 300 yen for this, and of course I'm going to supplement a little more cheese, and then to add some nutritional value, eggplants, green pepper, tomatoes, onion, and I have this half a carrot. I might just dice it up really small so that it just, you know, kind of softens up as it cooks so you can't even tell, just to use it. And garlic. Woo, yeah, I mentioned in a previous video that garlic is very expensive here, and it is. One clove of garlic is anywhere from 200 to 400 yen just for one. Ooh, one of these. And three of them at the store that I went to was 97 yen for three. So yes, I'm going to use it. Happy times. It's actually a store called Seiyu, S-E-I-Y-U, and it's owned by Walmart, which I don't really like so much, but they do have great stuff for cheap for Japan, let's just say. Okay, so let's get started. And of course, I get to use a real oven. Yes, exciting. So the package says, in a real oven, bake for 5 to 7 minutes at 250 degrees Celsius. Now that's very quick, so it's obvious this pizza is going to cook very quickly. So what I want to do is kind of roast some of these veggies, especially the eggplants and the carrot. Just kind of roast it, soften it up a little. So basically all I'm doing is just letting it melt into the cheese when it's in the oven. So let's get started. Okay, welcome back. Alright, so I have the eggplant. I just used half of a small one, quartered. Just lightly brushed the skillet with olive oil, so they're just kind of roasting right now. I chopped the green pepper. Now this is not bell pepper. It's not the sweet pepper. It's got a little bit of heat to it, but hardly anything at all, so it just adds a nice kick. And then just coarsely chopped onion, sliced garlic. I do not have a garlic press, so it's sliced, and that's 2 cloves. I know earlier I said these big things were cloves. I don't actually know what these big things are called, but just 2 of the little cloves, you know, like the little thumb-sized pieces. And then the tomatoes are going to get sliced. This is all going to go on top of this pizza. A little more cheese added. I have my oven pan lined in foil, and I will actually, time to oven, let's see, 250 for 5 to 7, so let's do 6, start. It's going to preheat, and we'll be ready to go soon. Okay, the oven's at 110 degrees Celsius, and the veggies are done roasting. So I just casually scattered them about the pizza. The pizza itself is pretty weak. It could have used a lot more sauce and a lot more cheese, but I didn't buy extra sauce, so we're going to work with it. So veggies, and I'm going to add cheese on top of that, and then the tomatoes and sliced garlic. It's going to be awesome. And then I'm going to add some oregano, maybe a little parsley, some basil, just to, wake it up a little. So you can also add some, of course, mushrooms. And I would have added mushrooms, but I just didn't see it at the store that I really liked. So no mushrooms this time, but you definitely could add that, and I would highly recommend it. You could also get a little spicy and add, jalapeno pepper or anything you want, chili oil, some just pepper spices, which I might actually add. Okay, oven is preheated. Pizza's all loaded up, ready to go. So I set it for 6 minutes. I'll see you then. Okay, 6 minutes is up. Let's take a look. I think let's do one more minute. One more minute. So let's do yeah, sometimes you have to redo it. So let's just do 2 minutes. Okay, so it's gonna do its little thing for a little bit longer. So basically, as soon as you open the door, the heat escapes, right? So it goes from 250, you saw, to 190, just like that. So that's the only thing. You have to be real quick about the door thing. But it's going to just basically cook a little bit more, and I think it's just about ready. Smells so good. Oh, wish you guys were here. Okay, so that was just over a minute of cooking once it reached the temperature, but also the time of reheating. So the crust got just a bit brown, but look at that. And the cheese is just right, and it smells incredible. Probably fogging up the screen right now with all the deliciousness. Okay, so I just tried it. Oh my gosh. So good. And I'm really glad I roasted the vegetables beforehand, because they are the perfect softness or perfect hardness, whichever you prefer. Al dente. The crust it's thin, but it's just a little chewy. But that is because I do not have an oven rack. Normally, I would put the pizza on an oven rack directly, so that the crust is dried out a little bit, so it's more crunchy. So that's to be expected by putting it on a tray or a cookie sheet, kind of like this. So anyway, yeah, fantastic. Pizza in Japan, vegetarian style. Awesome. See you next time.